In the heart of the British establishment, the secret corridors of MI6, the quiet offices of the Foreign Office, the hallowed halls of Cambridge, something was rotting. For over 20 years, the Soviet Union had a front-row seat to the West's most guarded secrets. They weren't spies recruited in dark alleys. They were the golden boys of the British upper class. They were the Cambridge Five. From the viewpoint of Moscow, these men were their greatest success story. The KGB, then NKVD, managed to place high-ranking British officials deep inside the heart of the enemy's intelligence agencies. They were magnificent because they provided Moscow with a constant stream of top-secret information that influenced the outcome of the Cold War. From the viewpoint of Britain, they were a profound wound. They were not outsiders who infiltrated the system. They were part of the system. They went to the best schools, belonged to the best clubs, and were trusted with the highest security clearances. The betrayal was not just that they spied, but that the people most trusted to protect Britain were the ones dismantling it from the inside. But who were these men? They weren't faceless radicals hiding in the shadows. They were the golden children of the British establishment, the very people meant to lead it. To understand the depth of the wound, you have to look at the faces of those who held the knife. Meet the 5 men who played the game better than anyone else. Kim Philby, the golden boy of British intelligence. Charming, polished, and perpetually holding a drink, he was the high flyer who sat at the very heart of MI6. He wasn't just a spy, he was the man who vetted the people meant to catch him. Guy Burgess, the erratic heartbeat of the group. A loud-mouthed hedonist who lived in a blur of champagne and scandal, Burgess broke every rule of tradecraft. He was a walking liability, yet his chaotic nature was the perfect cover for his lethal efficiency. Donald Maclean, the brilliant, tortured diplomat. A man who carried the heavy burden of his secrets until the pressure became a physical weight. Behind his composed, professional exterior, he was a man slowly cracking under the fear of discovery. Anthony Blunt, the refined art historian. As a trusted advisor and confidant to the royal family, he occupied the highest echelons of British society. He moved through the halls of power like a ghost, proving that the most dangerous men are the ones closest to the throne. John Cairncross, the quiet, unassuming intellectual. While the others grabbed the headlines, Cairncross was the invisible engine of the operation. He spent the war years methodically funneling high-level intelligence to Moscow, turning his sharp mind into a weapon against his own country. The Cambridge Five didn't just steal state secrets. They systematically dismantled the very foundations of Western intelligence and diplomacy during the early Cold War. They knew the true identities of Western intelligence officers operating behind the Iron Curtain. This intelligence was passed to the KGB, leading to the capture, torture, and execution of countless agents in the field. The network was hollowed out from within. Beyond espionage, the ring actively sabotaged Western diplomatic leverage. They ensured that Allied strategic plans and negotiating positions were known to Moscow, allowing the Soviet Union to counter Western initiatives at every turn. This constant subversion created a deep, paralyzing mistrust between Western allies, effectively weakening the entire Western Union. The collapse began in earnest in 1951, when Donald McClone and Guy Burgess fled to the Soviet Union. U.S. Venona intercepts had identified a high-ranking mole in the British Embassy in Washington, codenamed Homer. As the net tightened around McClone, he and Burgess orchestrated a sudden, desperate escape. Their disappearance was a bombshell that confirmed Soviet penetration at the highest levels of government. It cast immediate, intense suspicion on Kim Philby, who had been a close associate of Burgess. Philby managed to evade capture for over a decade, but as internal investigations intensified in the early 1960s, he realized his time was up and defected to Moscow in 1963. The shockwaves were not just political, but existential for Western intelligence. The defections shattered American confidence in British intelligence. Because Philby had held senior positions, including head of MI6's anti-Soviet section and liaison to the CIA, the Americans feared everything they had shared with the British had been compromised. For years, the CIA restricted information sharing with the British, viewing them as a leaky partner. Within Britain, the revelations triggered a culture of profound suspicion. Senior figures like Peter Wright, a famous MI5 counter-espionage officer, became consumed by the idea that there were more moles at the top, leading to internal investigations that targeted the Director General of MI5, Roger Hollis. While modern scholarship largely dismisses the claim that Hollis was a spy, the paranoia it fueled during that era was genuine and debilitating for the service. The scandal forced a long-overdue professionalization of British counter-espionage. The British intelligence community made counterintelligence a strategic priority, developing rigorous defensive systems to restore their reputation and protect against future penetrations. The Cambridge Five were never fully brought to justice. Their story is a reminder that the most dangerous enemies aren't always the ones across the border. Sometimes, they're the ones dining at the high table. Why did they do it? And how did they get away with it for so long? That is a question that still haunts the halls of power today.